The Heartland is no longer a sanctuary. 200 federal agents have just received their marching orders. Their destination, Kansas and Ohio. Their target, a specific network of foreign nationals. The operation has begun. Breaking reports indicate a massive tactical shift in federal immigration enforcement. According to an exclusive investigation by the Daily Wire, the Trump administration has authorized a surge of over 200 immigration and customs enforcement agents, specifically into the Midwest. This is not a drill, and it is not a random sweep. The intelligence is precise. These agents are tasked with locating and apprehending Somali nationals who are currently present in the United States without legal authorization. We are seeing a coordinated effort to dismantle what authorities describe as entrenched networks of illegal residency. For years, the interior of the country was considered safe ground for those evading federal law. That assumption ended this morning. The administration is signaling that geography offers no protection when the rule of law is the priority. The sheer scale of this deployment, 200 agents for a specific demographic in just 2 states, suggests actionable intelligence is driving this mission. Why Kansas? Why Ohio? To the casual observer, these states represent the quiet American agricultural center, but detailed demographic data reveals a different reality. Columbus, Ohio currently hosts the second largest Somali population in the United States, second only to the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Over the last decade, secondary migration, where refugees settle in one state and then move to another for benefits or community ties, has transformed these regions into major hubs. Critics have long argued that these rapid demographic shifts occurred without the consent or consultation of local communities. Now, federal authorities appear to be focusing on these specific clusters. This is a strategic, targeted enforcement. By focusing on Ohio and Kansas, ICE is dismantling the secondary hubs that may have been used to conceal individuals who have overstayed their welcome or violated the terms of their entry. The map is being redrawn, and the safe havens are vanishing. To understand what is happening in Ohio today, we must look at what happened in Minnesota yesterday. This surge follows a pattern established in the Twin Cities, where federal operations have already intensified. The administration is not conducting these raids in isolation. They are following a systematic playbook. In Minnesota, we witnessed the initial wave of enforcement targeting those with outstanding removal orders. Now, that same pressure is moving south and east. It suggests a domino effect is in play. The strategy appears to be a rolling series of operations designed to prevent individuals from fleeing one jurisdiction to hide in another. If the operations in Minnesota were the warning shot, the surge into Kansas and Ohio is the sustained barrage. This is a comprehensive sweep intended to neutralize the ability of undocumented networks to operate across state lines. The media will call this a tragedy, but the law calls it a correction. A significant factor driving these operations is the revocation of Temporary Protected Status, or TPS. For years, TPS allowed nationals from designated countries to remain in the U.S. due to instability back home. However, the Trump administration has made it clear: temporary means temporary. The revocation of these protections has stripped the legal shield from thousands of individuals who have refused to self-repatriate. Furthermore, this operation is not just about immigration status. It is about integrity. Reports suggest that federal investigators are also looking into systemic financial irregularities. We have seen allegations of large-scale fraud schemes involving taxpayer-funded programs in these communities. By enforcing immigration law, the administration is simultaneously addressing potential financial crimes that drain public resources. This operation is the physical manifestation of a political mandate. In November, the American people voted decisively for a return to order. They voted for a border that means something and for laws that are enforced without apology. The deployment of 200 agents into the interior is the fulfillment of that promise. For too long, the executive branch treated immigration law as a suggestion, subject to political whims and emotional blackmail. That era is over. The directive from the White House is clear. If you are here in violation of federal law, you are subject to removal. There are no carve-outs for specific nationalities or specific states. This surge into Kansas and Ohio serves as a notice to every other state in the Union. The federal government is back in the business of enforcement, and they are starting with the most entrenched cases first. The imagery emerging from these operations will be stark. We are seeing the dismantling of established lives, and the media will focus heavily on the emotional aspect of displacement. However, we must remain objective and focused on the root cause. These operations are the inevitable result of decades of lax enforcement that allowed irregular migration to fester. When you see the buses, the processing centers, and the planes on the tarmac, you are witnessing the restoration of national sovereignty. It is a grim business, but it is necessary business. A nation that cannot control who resides within its borders is not a nation at all. The discomfort of the present moment is the price we pay for the negligence of the past. The administration is ripping off the bandage, and while the process is intense, the goal is a stabilized, lawful society. Kansas and Ohio are just the beginning. The surge of 200 agents is a tactical beachhead in a much larger campaign to restore the rule of law across the American interior. As the sun sets on the era of open borders, a new reality dawns for those who thought they could outweight the American resolve. The message to the world is echoing from the Midwest. The United States is closed to illegal entry, and it is open for the business of its citizens. We will continue to monitor this situation as federal agents execute their orders. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay patriotic.